back to another video within the Generative AI tool series, and in this video we'll talk about if Gemini Flash really is the fastest model alive. So Google has been making quite a lot of waves lately in terms of Gemini 1.5 Pro and Gemini Flash being the fastest model and beating a lot of credible open source models in leaderboards. We'll get into some bits and pieces to see if Gemini Flash really is that good. So in terms of the next chapter for AI, obviously it's the accommodation for the small scale models within smartphones. So the population of this planet is 8 billion. And according to a survey in 2023, 6.97 billion people are using smartphones. And enabling them to have the access for these AI tools, these LLMs, would probably be the next big chapter for AI itself. So, and that's where the small scale fast model comes in. And that's where Gemini Flash, Claude, Haiku, and Gamma 7b basically come in. So let's get into Versal's playground. And I have a lineup of some of the fastest LLMs out there. So we have Google's Gemini 1.5 Flash here, which happens to be the strongest contender. Then we have OpenAI's 3.5 Turbo. I think up till now, everybody has used it. And it happens to be the fastest model for OpenAI as well. And then we have Llama 3.8 Beanstalk. So if you've been watching my previous videos, then you would have some idea. Then beating Llama 3 in terms of latency is quite a hard job. And then we have Mistral's 8x7b Grok version, and I have a lineup of a few questions that I've used previously within my previous videos. So I did a video to actually judge the best LLM out there. And if you haven't seen this video, I'm going to hook it up into the cards. Go watch it. And I'm going to use the same questions. Let's type in the very first one. Write a recursive function for computing factorials. And let's go. All right, that was quick. I couldn't judge which one did better, but I know Mistral actually was done with the response. Let's try again. Let's clear the chat. Clear. Okay, go. I think Google's Gemini finished last. But okay, let's see how it does with the second question. Let's clear it. Clear. Okay, second question, which is identify the next number in the sequence 2, 5, 8, 11, and 3. So there's a margin of 3 here. 17 should be the right answer. Okay, I think OpenAI's GPT 3.5 came up with the answer and Gemini finished last. Not so fast, right? All right, let's try this one. Clear, and clear. Okay, what is the value of x for the equation x raised to power 2 plus 4x minus 8 is equal to 0? So just a quadratic expression. 1, 2, 3, go. Come on, Mistral's fast. But obviously, there can be difference in terms of the quality of answer. So let's not get away so soon. Let's try the last one. So far, Gemini 1.5 is finishing last. Okay, so this one's what comes next in the series of A, C, E, G, I. So I think you have to skip the next alphabet to actually get. So this should be K. All right, 1, 2, 3, go. It's there, but you know, in terms of human judgment, I still think these are Mistral, Llama 3, and OpenAI are like an equal competitor, and if not the fastest, then amongst the fastest, right? But let's get into some stats here. So I'm in the artificial intelligence leaderboard over here. So we have gone through this before within the best LLM video. So let's go through some of the aspects that are basically listed within these models. So the leaderboard basically is about the quality of the response, which just happens to be a measure given by different third-party benchmarking tools. So obviously quality cannot just be determined that easily. So you need a widespread audience of people to actually vote for it, and that's what these third-party tools actually provide you, especially Chatbot Arena. And then we have MMLU and Empty Bench. And then we have context window, which happens to be maximum number of combined input and output tokens. Output speed, something which I'm interested in to evaluate Gemini 1.5 Flash. So that's token per speed received while the model is generating tokens. Latency, this again is one of the biggest factor to determine the fastest model. So time to first token received. So the very first token received, or when the very first token streams towards you, that's like the perception that, okay, the model is generating the response. So latency again is an important factor. And then we have price, output price, input price, not something that interests us at the moment. So we are interested in output token and latency. So the lowest latency is provided by Gemini 7B, which happens to be Google, and then we have 1.5 Flash in the second position. So Gemini 7B is on 189.9, whooping 189.9, man. And then we have like almost 50 points down, 136.6. But obviously, if you see this here, then this is like 1 million and it's like 8K. And I believe Gemini model, see all these are all in Ks, and this is only in one model in million. Obviously Gemini 1.5 Pro have the context window of like 33K. So this here is a huge deal breaker, I would say, when choosing a particular model, especially when you're building an application at scale. All right, let's talk about latency and first chunk. And then we have, okay, Mistral Medium. And obviously, as we have seen within the AI playground, Mistral had been a clear winner for this one, especially we've been using 7B, so it's on 0.27. So obviously that really gives you an illusion of, you cannot actually determine a model being fast just by this particular parameter, but output tokens per second and latency, they work hand in hand in sort of giving a person a perception that, hey, the answer is right there. And then we have Gamma 7B on 0.3, that's fine. Llama 3, one of my personal favorites, 0.31, something again that we visualize within our exercise of generating random responses for questions that I had listed. And we have 3.5 turbo, 0.36, again referencing our exercise. In my observation, Mistral was always there with the response at first, and we had Llama 3, and then we had like 3.5 turbo, and Gemini was ending up at the end. And I'm really looking for Gemini 1.5 Flash. Whoa, it's really down, and it's basically quite down, so it's like 1.43, and that's quite a lot. Even one of the big models like GPT-4 and GPT-4 Turbo and GPT-4o even are doing better than a Gemini 1.5 Flash. So yeah, not so fast. But let's evaluate Gemini 1.5 Flash in detail. So here we have, obviously, quality is the biggest metric. So that's where it leads on to. Pricing is again good. Speed is like, so Gemini 1.5 Flash is faster compared to average, and with an output speed of 136.6 tokens per second. So it is fast. Yeah. Latency 1.5 Flash, as we just saw, has a higher latency compared to average, taking 1.43 seconds. And in context window, obviously, it's a clear winner. So here we have, so in quality, we have Gemini 1.5 Flash almost in the 5th position. We have GPT-4o at the top. But when we talk about speed, Gemini 1.5 Flash is indeed the fastest model to produce output tokens per second, and it's at the top with a whooping score of 137. And it's followed by Llama 3 8B, one of my personal favorites. And then we have Claude 3 Haiku, and then we have Mistral 8 into 7B. So if we just scroll down here, we have quite a lot of nice plottings of graphs. So we have quality versus output speed and price. So Gemini Flash is right here, followed by Claude 3 Haiku, which also happens to be a small scale model from Anthropic. So this is kind of nice. And also, there's one another metric that we shouldn't be ignoring, and that's basically hallucination leaderboard. So here I have all the top models and with their hallucination rates and their factual consistency rates. So as we can see, GPT-4 Turbo is leading with a hallucination rate of 2.5%. And then we have to go all the way down to Gemini 1.5 Pro 4.7. And where's our boy? Gemini Pro. Then we have, and here we have Gemini 1.5 Flash with 5.3% and 94.7% factual consistency rate. And here's our boy with 5.3% hallucination rate and 94.7% consistency rate. Not that bad for a small scale model. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope it gives you a perspective in terms of Gemini 1.5 Flash really leading the smartphone adoption era that might be not so far away. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.